laughter. When we're done, maybe sex after? All right, that's a good start. We're gonna bring up your first comedian for tonight. We've got you nice and warmed up. You're gonna catch her on May 8th, Mother's Day at Bananas Comedy Club. She's gonna be in Philly on June 1st and the weekend of July 22nd. She's gonna be at the Comedy Battle at the beach in Tampa, Florida. Give it up for Christy Kanooble!
Thank you. How you guys doing tonight? Good? Yes, you heard him correctly. May 8th, Mother's Day is for the MILFs, baby. We're at Bananas, so make sure you're there. Bring your hot military friends. Thank you. Single. So my name is Christy. It's spelled Christ with a Y, but I'm not dropping to my knees in prayer if you catch what I'm throwing here, okay? I am the hoe of my friend group, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Thank you. And I feel like we should give more praise to the Samanthas of our friends group because I'm doing the light work so you don't have to. I'm literally doing the job for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of being villainized for being a hoe. I'm tired of it. Half of my friends are checking up on me but don't have a checking account. Trying to save my number but got no savings. Trying to do 401 positions but don't have a 401k. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get in my pants but don't have a pension. I see a problem with this. See, the thing about being a hoe is very different from being a whore. A whore will fuck anybody. You got $40, you got a fun time. Hoes are selective. I will not just fuck anyone. Okay, I will not. But I have fucked all the branches of the military, so you don't have to. I do have a set on that. We're not going to get into that today. We don't have enough time. But just know I have done the legwork and the research, and I got you, babe. I got you. Okay? I have no problem with being a hoe because, number one, it gives me something to do. I'm a mom. I work 2 jobs. Like, what else do I have to do? I'm fucking, okay? But no one tells you how hard it is to be a hoe when you're a single parent. I had to get a whole 3-bedroom apartment just so I could put a lock on one of the doors. Could you imagine if my kid burst in like the Kool-Aid man, like, because he heard me yelling daddy, he thought his came home. Could you imagine? Kids are a major cock block. I love my son. I love him more than life in itself, but what the fuck, man? Come on. Give me some credit here. I'm trying to do the legwork. This is a whole second job. Like, I'm asking people to cover my shifts and all that. Like, that's fucked up. So I would just also like to say that, yes, I am going to Tampa in July, but right before then is when the roster ends and Hot Girl Summer begins, baby. Okay? I only keep my roster up until the summertime and then, you know, reevaluations in the fall. It gives me plenty of time to do more research, you know? Okay? Yeah, she's looking at me. I won't tell anybody, it's fine. So, my main goal this summer, and I hope some people agree, married or not, is to be topless on somebody's yacht. Like, would I prefer it to be mine? Yes, but like, somebody has a yacht, and if you have a yacht here, see me after the show. Like, I will give you my number, it's fine. Another fun part about being a hoe is making your friends very uncomfortable. It's not intentional, I promise you, but we do make our married friends uncomfortable. Like, you didn't have to fucking ask. What did you do this weekend? Oh, well, I had phone sex with my husband because he's on a trip. Wow, that's real fun, Sarah. I made a man come so hard he fucking cried. Okay. And she's like, oh my God, and all disgusted. Like, you didn't have to ask. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no filter. I will tell you to the 9 with detail what happened. Don't ask me. But another problem with that is I stick my nose in where it doesn't belong in my friends' sexual relationships. I try to be like a health guru or something. And I just gotta learn to stay in my lane, because like I said, they start getting offended. Now their boyfriends are in my DMs, and it was an accident. Like, it was an accident. But I would like to end on this, because I am gonna cut it. Hide your husbands and your wives, because I go both ways. Thank you, God bless.
Christy Kanooble, one more time. Let's hear it. You'll also find her creativity in the 420 Haikus book, because she is one of the authors, along with my brother at the door. Everyone give a round of applause for my brother and his beard. The beard shrunk a little bit, but it's okay, it's still a boss beard. Coming up next, you can find him on Broadway Comedy Club on May 5th. He's a producer at Broadway Comedy Club, and he's going to be at Tropicana Casino this summer. Give it up for Pascale!
I just found out that my cousin has been doing drugs before church on Sunday. He's a Crystal Methodist. What's up, Pennsauken Country Club? How we doing today, all right? Cool, my name's Ant, from Broadway Comedy Club in New York City, and I am a serial monogamist. That means when I fall in love, it's forever. It's usually about 10 years. It's a pretty good run. When I met my first wife, I was 27 and successful. And then I met my second wife, I was 40 and struggling. And now I'm 52 and have demonstrated clearly no ability to hold down a full-time job. I know I'm quite a catch. So I got back out there at 50, you know, like 4 months before the pandemic. And yeah, I look pretty good for my age, right? But that's a very important qualifier for my age. I mean, you know, I step to somebody like you, I'm just a middle-aged creep. So, when I started dating, I was looking for a woman in their 40s. But the problem with them is they're looking for an LTR. You know what an LTR is, miss? It's a long-term relationship. As I said, I just got out of the second one of those in a row. I mean, can I have one semester of Philly fornication before my next forever? You know? So, I had to, you know, date women my age, as you should. I mean, I just got back from Tennessee. I walk down the street in New York City. I'm like in New York 7. I'm ignored on 8th Avenue, as I should be. But I'm like a Tennessee 10. I'm in Nashville. They're like, oh, wait, are you from New York City? But no, I go on the dating apps, and just by coincidence, I start dating Jewish women. I'm not in my phone like, van on the Jews. I meet this first woman. It's like heavy during COVID, like the first semester of COVID. And we're on her porch, 6 feet apart, drinking coffee. Things progress as they do. Let me ask you something, miss. Have you ever done heavy petting with your mask and gloves on? It's fun. It's fun. We were following the CDC guidelines until her nipple popped out. Then the third date, things progress as they do, Shay. We gotta sneak past her demented mom/roommate to go upstairs. Let me ask you something, Mike Hoff. You ever wonder what kind of guy buys those dick pills by the checkout at the gas station? This guy. Listen, this is not the NCAA. There's no rules against performance-enhancing substances. I came to ball! So that didn't work out. So then the next woman I meet, architect, red hair, very sexy. Go to Seasons 52. I'm paying. Things are going great until she finds out that I've been driving rideshare to support myself during the pandemic. She's like, I thought you were an actor and a comic. I said, you're not paying attention? I just did an ED testimonial a joke ago. So that didn't work out. And then I'm on Bumble, and then I meet Dr. Elaine. And she seduces me with bagels. Meets me on Bumble, seduces me with bagels. That's right, it's an internet schmear campaign. And the doctor's perfect. She's petite, she's professional, she barely has any time for me. You know, I like a smaller woman, you know what I'm saying? I probably could satisfy a full-size woman, but it would be like a fat kid trying to get the cookies off the top of the refrigerator. I'm gonna pull something, but I'm getting their cookies. So like I said, I used to drive rideshare. I mean, I still do it every once in a while for the love of the game, you know. People leave all kinds of weird shit in my car, you know, change, combs, Lucy's, phones. One woman left a pair of panties in my car. What is this, 21st century Cinderella? I'm pervert Prince Charming scrolling through my phone trying to find my princess. Oh, excuse me, you left these in my car. Will you try them on for me? Guys, my name's Aunt Pascale. Thanks so much. It's been great having you.
One more time for Aunt Pascale, everybody. You may not know this about me, but I do like the big gals. And it's due to science. My force times their mass equals orgasm at the speed of light. It's science, you gotta love it. Coming up next, we have a friend of mine who is responsible for this amazing artwork, and to even get it on the screen because I suck at technology. She has been featured at the Treehouse Comedy Club in Connecticut. She's performed in Boston. She's performed in Brooklyn, Denver, and now she's coming right here to you. Give it up for Kate Lavergne! Nice Irish people.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here today. This is my first 420 show. And I don't know, yeah, cheering is good. Let's do lots of that. I don't know if you can tell by everything about me, but I've never actually gotten to do drugs. I just like to wear things that I assume it looks like when you drop acid. And it's not that I disagree with drugs for like moral reasons or illegal, legal. You know, you do whatever your heart says is your journey. It's just that I'm one of those people, I go big or I go home. You know, I'm not gonna risk being caught in possession with an illegal substance when I could risk instead being caught in possession of a whole ass illegal human being. Or as some people have called it, marrying my husband. We were high though, we were about 35,000 feet last week on our way to Ireland for my sister's wedding. That was great, you know, because everyone thinks, when you think of getting married and sun and fun, and you think Ireland in April. But it was great, we were there, and it's the thing that sucks though, so obviously flying, no one really loves flying right now, you gotta wear your mask, it's not a lot of fun. And there are still people that think it's acceptable to bring their little fucking crotch goblins on the plane with them. There was this one baby who was crawling all over the place, screaming about birds. At one point he came in my lap and was like trying to pull my mask off. And I went to complain to my husband and he's like, well, he's your baby too. And this guy, I'm gesticulating like my husband's here. He's not, he's actually right there. Feel free to stare at him, even though he can't. He's not just an illegal immigrant either, no. He's an invasive species. He has spawned twice, has sex with our women. Well, woman. Better be a woman. No pressure. I'm just kidding. You know, we have 2 kids. We don't have sex. My room is a giant sexless room. Well, actually, you know what? Technically, that's not true. Mom, cover your ears. My mom's here. She wore a turtleneck so she can hide inside it whenever she's uncomfortable. So she's been in it since she got here. Thank you, fancy things in the front area. But we were in the shower the other day doing math, and later on, I reached down to shave my toes because I'm Italian. And I accidentally shaved some of the, let's call it Pythagorean theorem, which I think counts as baby's first haircut. Pythagorean theorem because it's hard, it makes you uncomfortable, just like jizz. There in the whole back table there is my family. I'm very sorry. I told you. No one can be more disappointed in me than that girl group of people right now. So if you don't like what you're hearing, you can feel free join them. I think my uncle's by and it's great. My husband and I, though, like I said, we've been together a long time. We did say till death do us part, but we didn't specify whose. So when Tom Hanks dies, I was going to take it as a sign it's time to throw in the towel. And I think it's important, ladies and gentlemen, more than Tom Hanks, very few things are more important than Tom Hanks, but I feel it's important for you all to know that it's more expensive to poison someone with printer ink than it even is semen and whiteout. Can you believe that? It's so expensive. I know. I think that's why most people use antifreeze in all of those crime shows. That, and it's delicious. There's no better way to end the day than with a glass of antifreeze on the rocks and a toaster in the bathtub. And yet here you all are. I feel like you need more weed. I'm kind of concerned. Why are you here? But personally, I prefer more natural things. I like all natural ink. I feel like there's something really beautiful about waking up early and traipsing across the frosty fields to milk the squids, only to find out it was actually a hobo with dreadlocked pubes. It was right, you should have been there. It's so messy. Don't worry, Tom Hanks is safe for me. I'm not going to poison anyone anytime soon. Not for lack of trying. It's just that I come from a long line of people who are just really bad at their jobs. My great-grandparents were a priest and a nun who just really sucked at what they were supposed to be doing. Obviously. For those of you not Catholic, priests and nuns should not be able to make this. And it's really cute, actually. Their grandson recently helped me join this exclusive club. It's really hard to get into. People are like dying to be a part of it. You may have heard of it. It's called the Dead Dad's Club. You can laugh. This is the fun way of me telling you my dad died a couple of weeks ago. And again, there's a lot you prepare for when someone dies, right? Like, who's gonna delete their browser history? I'm sure you have that figured out already, right? Like on speed dial, like, hey, I'm dying, please don't let her look at it. Yeah, but you also want to know, who's gonna reallocate the, 357 tulip bulbs and 15 chainsaws they've somehow managed to collect, like you do. But there was one thing I hadn't counted on in this entire time, and that was Michelle from Michigan. No, she didn't sleep with my dad, surprisingly. She actually called 3 hours after he did a really bad job of continuing to be alive to ask me if I would like to donate. Not his car, ladies. His eyeballs. Yeah, like these things, but like from him. And I was, just kind of taken aback. There's a lot you prepare for, like I said. And while the idea of donating someone's eyeballs is something that I guess eventually was going to come up, I just didn't think 3 hours after he had died was enough time to process. What if I wanted to play ping pong in the morning, but oh no, we don't have any ping pong balls. Guys, you're never gonna guess what I have in the freezer. It's eyeballs. And it's not like 1877 Cars for Kids. C-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. I'm so sorry, I should not have done that to you. I figured you had to hear something worse than me throughout this entire time, so it's the Cars for Kids jingle that will never leave your head now. Run free, you're welcome. But it's not like that, where you just get your little receipt and you can, use it for tax purposes. Oh no, Michelle from Michigan is going to want a detailed sexual history of your father. Yeah, I don't know why either. Oh, that is correct. Thank you, Aunt Mary. I guess the only thing I can assume is Michelle is worried that they're going to take his eyeballs and transplant them, and that person's going to suddenly see boobs for the first time in 5 years, since that was when my dad got divorced and when I hope was the last time he saw boobs again. Sorry, Mom. And have a fucking seizure. Maybe she's worried they're going to put his corneas in someone and they'll open their eyes and be blinded by the disco balls everybody has hanging over the round rotating beds they use post-eye transplant. Or maybe she was just worried they'd open their brand new eyes and see that they somehow made 5 kids in 10 years. Better have been just 5 kids in 10 years. And the best part is, after they've transplanted those little suckers, they put in these tiny Velcro diving boards for no fucking reason, because we're just gonna set them on fire anyway. Not like an effigy, he was cremated. He looked concerned. It was on purpose. It wasn't an accidental immolation. So I guess the moral of the story here is, I can't say that I have my father's eyes. Because Michelle does. Be an organ donor. Thank you very much. I broke it.
Kate Lavergne, everybody, giving Beth a good feel tonight. Look at that, that's the applause we're looking for. And you know what? Since we're talking about passing,